It's really good to be here. For those who don't know me, let me introduce you with my full name. It's actually Baratunde Thurston. Okay, it's a long name. It has a lot of meaning in it. Baratunde is actually an old Nigerian name that means one with no nickname. Rafiq's actually an old Arabic name. It means really no nickname. And Thurston, pay attention, this Thurston's actually, it's an old British name. It's pretty funny. It means property of Master Thurston. You can see some of y'all weren't expecting that last one. That's all right, neither were we. That's what I call my thermometer joke. Can I get away with a slavery joke at South by? The answer, maybe. Mountain Time Zone didn't appreciate that too much. I'm excited to hear when I say South by, y'all say Southwest. South by! South by! South by! All right, good. How many people saw Gary Vee today? Make some noise if you saw Gary Vee. Oh, that dude was inspiring. Like, I would kill for Gary Vee. Like, I'm pretty sure I have killed. He's very inspiring. He said if you are living for the weekends and vacation, your shit is fucked. That's poetry. He's like a prophet. That's exactly what you want to hear from your religious leaders. It was really... So one of the things I wanted to do, I do comedy, but I also work for a great organization known as The Onion. And give it up for The Onion. And I just wanted to give you a brief history of and talk about The Onion in the context of a social media type conference such as this one. So I'll move pretty quickly. On history, The Onion was actually founded in 1756. Many people don't know that. The original name was the Mercantile Onion. It was founded by Friedrich Zwiebel. He was a German immigrant. These were the only two English words that he knew. So that was the name of the paper. T. Herman Zwiebel was our editor until 2001. And most people assume that 2001 is the year he died. That's actually not true. It's the year he elected to be launched into space. And he'll be returning. He's on a trajectory to get back in a few decades when we've cured the old. This is one of our famous headlines. This is 1909 earthquake marks least gay day in San Francisco history. Most of you weren't around for that, but the Onion was. Also in 1969, holy shit, man walks on fucking moon. Again, willing to go where other media are not. This was a very big story. War on string may be unwinnable, says Cat General. That was really investigative reporting on that. In 2001, a very prescient headline, Bush, our long national nightmare of peace and prosperity is finally over. From the political department at The Onion. Evangelical scientists refute gravity with new intelligent falling theory. And this was interesting. We actually got a request for the contact info of the person mentioned in the story. They wanted to invite them to speak at a conference. That was very interesting. And of course, on election day, the day after, black man given nation's worst job, which I can vouch for as a spokesman for all black people. So that's The Onion dominates news. We're in a time of incredible change where anybody can say anything online and you have to, who can you trust? Certainly The Onion, and our studies prove it. The Onion Research Department found that for this story, first orgy after Brian's death, very solemn, 97% of people got that story from The Onion, 2% from blogs, and 1% from cable news and other sources. Also, this is actually very important because we've been talking a lot at this conference about trust, about credibility, about woofy, and how do you know where the journalistic integrity of your news sources is? Well, the U.S. Department of Integrity has actually done a study. The Onion comes in at the highest rating at a level 6. And then a very distant second is the New York Times. Close on their heels is the Washington Post. And not registering at all is TechCrunch. It's really, really interesting. No journalistic integrity. Quickly moving on, responses to The Onion. So this has been a fun part. On the website of The Onion, we don't want comments because we don't care what people think. But other sites have them, and we found over the years people have an interesting way of receiving news from The Onion. We ran this story about Harry Potter in 2000. Harry Potter books spark rise in Satanism among children. And this flew around the internet. It was a meme before memes were memes and had to be disclaimed officially on Hoaxbusters and Snopes and all these sites. This story was pretty amazing. Congress threatens to leave D.C. unless new Capitol is built. They were threatening to go like a new stadium sort of situation, and this was actually reprinted in full in a Chinese newspaper with the graphic, no attribution. And when they found out that they had stolen from a satirical newspaper in the US, this is what the editor of that paper said. Some small American newspapers frequently fabricate offbeat news to trick people into noticing them with the aim of making money. Yes. Yes, they do. This was a very seminal piece of writing here. In 2004, the Gillette company had the Mach 3, and we published this, fuck everything, we're doing 5 blades. And in a case of life imitating art, 1.5 years later, Gillette actually released a 5-blade razor. We got no money for this. No product development budget for The Onion for that. You guys ready to give out some awards?